You got to take your power back. First, what is your power? It's the ability to direct thoughts and actions in your own life. Next, if you want your power back, you must admit that some of, probably most of, if not all of it, has been displaced. Who did you give your power to? People who belittled you, pinpointed, made fun of, or studied your flaws. People who judged you. People who tried to put mental barricades in your mind in order to limit you because they limit themselves and they were simply projecting their own self-perceived limitations onto you. What about the people who told you your intelligence was based on letters used to score assignments? A, B, C, D, F. I wonder why they skipped E. People who tried to remind you who you used to be in a sort of negative way. People who put you in and put so much emphasis on these categories: race, religion, height, intelligence, income, eye color, political affiliation, and so on, and so on, and so on. These are descriptive words, a word or expression used to identify something. Language itself is limiting. You will never be able to fully express who you are with words. You're a being. B-E-I-N-G, a being. A congregation of energy with awareness guided by the Spirit. What that means exactly, I don't know. Where the Spirit ultimate destination is, you tell me. What that energy is capable of, we probably can't even conceive it. But I digress. Now, the establishment, who implanted all of these false ideals in your mind. Marriage, college, romantic love, financial wealth, I could go on. I didn't say these things were bad, but ideals for who? It depends. Damn sure not for everybody. Maybe social media has your power. You spend an excessive amount of your free time on there scanning through frivolous material. And for some of you, it opens you up to negative vibrations. Does your spiritual leader have your power? You think they have better rapport with the Supreme Being? They have better rapport with God than you? You need to go to them to get a better spiritual connection with God. Oh, okay. Your employer, they tell you how much you're worth. Dictate how you manage your time, how you dress, what you say, and your livelihood can be greatly affected by them. They can fire your ass if you step too far the line. Enough with that. I don't want to give these people and systems a drip of my power by talking about them too much. You know who got your power. You know who you still giving your power to. And if you was to stop and think a minute, you know who you giving your power to tomorrow, next week, and next year if you don't change. Which leads us to, how do you get your power back? Well, you have to crack your own code. And luckily, it's not some complex algorithm. The complicated part is truly accepting that you are deserving and fully capable of experiencing sheer greatness in every aspect of life. Mediocrity is a luxury suite in hell. Be great at something even if it doesn't make you a ton of money. What thing are you good at without even trying? You have a natural inclination for it. You genuinely enjoy doing it. And something keeps gnawing at the back of your mind saying, go that way, do that. That's your purpose. When you pursue your purpose, work isn't quite work. It doesn't drain you, it actually sparks you, even if it's mentally or physically exhausting at times. Trust that little voice in your head that keeps reminding you of your purpose. Travel your path. If you tag along on someone else's journey, even if the destination has riches, peace, and tranquility, that's the person that you followed, riches, peace, and tranquility, not yours. Say no when you are compelled to. Tell people no when necessary. When you do things you don't want to do to please people, you put yourself in a negative vibe. Set boundaries. When those boundaries are breached, tell people assertively, not necessarily aggressively, when they treat you poorly or disrespect you. You can do it in a calm, respectful manner. Leave drama-filled women and BS-ridden men to their own devices or vices. People who are serious about helping themselves are the only people up for consideration when it comes to your time, money, and energy. Take full responsibility for your current situation, whether it's good or bad. People have influence, but you have the power over your life. Let go of the past. Learn from the past, but don't get stuck there. That's part of your growing and maturation process. Enjoy the present and look for the future for your best memories. Have goals and steps to meet those goals. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? How do I want to get there? Build your confidence. List your strengths, good qualities, strong suits, skills, talents. Realize and internalize that you have much to offer the world simply by being you. List your weaknesses, flaws, shortcomings, areas you can work on. Work on the areas that will benefit you en route to your purpose. If it does not benefit you to improve it, and if you don't care to improve it, then let it go. You don't need to study it. Let the people who are watching you worry about it. Realize that no one has all the good qualities and everyone has flaws. Yet we are all equipped to travel our own destiny. Block out negative things, ratchet entertainment, useless distractions, negative people. Stop complaining. It's a negative expression, and even people who are paid to listen to complaining don't want to hear it. Excuses. One of my favorite quotes of all time. Excuses are tools of incompetence, used to build monuments of nothingness. They build bridges to nowhere. Those who use these tools of incompetence seldom become anything but nothing at all. You have to take it back. You gave your power away, but you have to take it back. And it's going to be a fight. Even when you look at superheroes, they can't just hit the villain up like, hey, give me my power back. Even if they do, the villain won't just give it back. Whether it's the superhero's superpowers, the possession of a person, the control over a city, a town, they have to fight for it. Just like your mind isn't just going to learn the information you need without turning a couple pages or clicking the mouse button a few times. You have to actively go get it. Look, identify your triggers, those things that get you in a negative state, and remove yourself from those triggers. If your grandma bringing negativity, throw that old pro to the curb. Hey, look, I don't care if she on life support. If she keep talking that shit, talking about you ain't gonna be this, you ain't gonna be that, forget that old witch. God willing, I'll see you at your funeral. Now let's talk numbers. Scientists claim that virtually every cell in the body replaces itself every 7 to 10 years. So in essence, you literally, physically become a new person over that time span. Our physical self is the most concrete part of self, and it can be made anew. So there's no doubt you can recreate yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. Another fun fact, 99.9% of people who ever existed does not exist anymore. But you are here right now. Think about that. 99.9% of people who ever tasted, touched, saw, smelled, heard anything on this planet ceases to exist at this moment. 99.9% of people who ever lived are dead, but you have a brief existence, which is like a vapor in the face of eternity. Yet you wait around for someone to give you your power back. Lastly, did you know that a healthy adult male typically releases 40 million to 1.2 billion sperm during an ejaculation? So you beat 50, 60, 70 million, maybe even 1.2 billion other sperm to get here. You don't think you have a purpose? You don't realize how strong you are? Take your power back. This piece was inspired after my car was stolen out of my driveway 7:30 a.m. Christmas morning 2020. Right, to cap off that little crazy year. Long story short, I was warming up my car. It was like 30 degrees outside. Apparently a teenager hopped in and went joyriding all day on my dime. Didn't touch nothing out of the car, didn't steal anything. He dropped the car off later that evening in a plaza. It was recovered, towed. I had to wait after the weekend to get the car back. I handled it very well. I was proud of myself, but there was an underlying anger. And I went around asking neighbors about their cameras because I wanted to see who did it just so I can get physically violent with them, regardless if it was a 14-year-old. So I made a concerted effort to figure out who it was to no avail. That next morning, I wasn't even too much worried about the situation. Like I said, I handled it well. There was more like an underlying anger. When I first woke up, I wasn't even thinking about the situation. And when I stepped in the bathroom, a presence literally got a hold of me. Like I froze in one spot and like I just couldn't move, and a presence was over me. And it said one word, it said C. S-E-E. See. And I knew exactly what it meant instantly. See, this the same type of kid that stole your car that you counsel daily. See, this is the type of kid that you want the system to give a second chance. See, this is the type of kid that you advocate for with the system. But soon as you experience their wrongdoings, you're quick to anger and wrath. All of this knowledge I call myself gaining, and here I am about to relinquish my power to a person who probably hasn't even fully matured physically yet. You see how tricky the Matrix is? After that revelation, the presence still had me. And it told me to cut out all distractions and follow my purpose right now. Then right before it released me, it said, take your power.